Okay, friends. Yep, Doc South here. I've just been aching to do this. Been thinking about it all week. You probably, if you've been to the Chatterbox, chances are Joey has waited on you at one time or another. And right, Joey,
I think so, yeah.
he's waited on everyone. How long have you been here?
Out of the 15 years, I've been here for 11.
11 years. Yeah, he was just a little kid with a runny nose and a dream.
That's it.
And anyway, Joey, again, he's a fine person, wonderful guy, but he's got something cooking. Today is his last day at the Chatterbox, and that's kind of sad, but boy, does he got something coming up. Joey, what do you tell the folks what you're going to be doing?
Well, I'm making a move to Nashville, Tennessee to pursue a music career. So, you know, that's been something that's cooking for about a year now. And I finally took the plunge, so I'll be leaving next Friday.
Next Friday, but you're done with the Chatterbox today, I think.
So this is my last Saturday. I'm going to be done on Wednesday. So that's if you're looking for some cheeseburgers or something, and you're looking to have me serve them to you, I think Wednesday is the last day.
Well, that's right. Pretty soon, though, you're going to be serving up tunes, right? Have you done any work in Nashville? I know you were down there, for a couple months?
Yeah, so last January I went for about a month and, played a lot of songwriter showcases, just tried to get my name out there. And I've been going back and forth for the last year, a few times, just keeping the name fresh and playing songwriter showcases and open mics and, just trying to network and make friends down there, so.
Well, Nashville's known what? Isn't that known as Music City?
Music City, country music capital of the world. Yeah, it's a lot more than country music now. From what I've seen, is a lot of blues, a lot of rock music, so it's up and coming. Let's put it that way.
Oh, I think you're gonna. 'Cause I've heard your music. I have not seen you do a live show, but I've heard your CD, and I got to say, you sound pretty talented to me, and I think the folks are going to love you.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's all about just being yourself and, playing what you believe in, writing what you believe in, and, hopefully people receive it well,
Well, the Southerners love their music. They love nothing better than music, and on a Saturday night to be out there dancing with everybody in the house. You'll see that if you've got a good dance routine going for them, they go out of their minds for that kind of thing. They just, at least when I was down in the Carolinas, Saturday night was, it was Ray's Hell night.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's not so much a different world down there, but they definitely do love their music, I think I think more so than our area, the northeast,
Down up here, people on Saturday night, they go out to eat or they go see a movie. The Southerners do that during the week. But Saturday night, man, it's where's the beer? Where's the girls, or where's the guys, and let's rumble.
Yep. Yeah, down south, I think it's more celebrated for music. Absolutely. Yep.
And you've got plenty of great tunes. I know that you've played for dances, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a couple slower songs that I have, but the upbeat ones, I think you can actually get up and shake your groove thing, So.
Well, what you want to do too is learn some of the songs, the rockabilly songs I've played here.
Absolutely. Johnny Cash is a big inspiration to me. Willie Nelson. So you never know. Yeah, it could be something that a lot of people get recognized by doing, covers or anything, something like that, and they make the covers famous again. So it's all about just the way that you represent it.
Well, my opinion would be this. I was thinking of this. I'm going to do a blurb on advice for a fella going down south, perhaps tomorrow. I hope to knock that out. But the best thing I can say as far as your music career, if you treat people much like you treat the patrons you wait on here at the Chatterbox, I think you're going to do just fine.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I've always believed in, just treat people the way you want to be treated. And I think 9 times out of 10 it works, I think so.
Oh, sure, you're going to be fine, man. I'll tell you, I can't wait this. Now, again, I imagine you'll hit the big time within a month or two. We want to see the Joey tour bus up here at the Chatterbox.
That would be really nice to do that. You know, I'll get everybody on that jet airplane, sure.
Oh, yeah, that better yet. A nice jet airplane. It could land up at Sussex Airport. We'll have a band waiting for you.
There you go, you know, just like the Beatles. Oh, jeez.
That or, you know, I wouldn't get too discouraged. It's probably going to take a while, but in due time, you know, so you maybe have to be a waiter for a bit. But, you know, you be a waiter at a club where they're doing music, and next thing you know, maybe one day, hey, a bass player doesn't show up. Can you play bass?
I can play bass, yeah. I remember a story about Roy Orbison. I think they had a gig down in Nashville, actually, and they didn't have a guitar player for a recording session the next day, so they reached out to the audience, and any guitar players here, and some guy just raised his hand, and that guitar player was the one who came up with the Pretty Woman, the intro for that, and it's one of the most, you know, recognizable guitar introductions to a song, and he just so happened to be in the audience, you know, so that's definitely something that's always possible, you know.
One thing I will say, the Southerners will give a beginner a chance. You don't have to have a 20-year resume. I know I got on radio in North Carolina just because I didn't have a Southern accent. I had no clue how to run a show or had never done one. And they said, well, we like your accent. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like we got a note handed to us. What's this?
Oh, there we go. Mike coming in today or just at night. I guess so. There we go.
Oh, okay. That's Chatterbox stuff. Okay. Sounds okay. Yeah, I thought maybe an agent saw this already. You know, although I don't know how they would. It's not put out yet.
There we go.
Wouldn't that be great?
Oh, it'd be very interesting. Yeah, but yeah, you know, going back to what you were saying, you know, I think if you're different from what the normal is, and right now I feel like country music in Nashville, it's it can blend together, you know. I mean, it's not to say that it's necessarily it gets boring or anything. Like everybody who's there is super talented, and they do as just as much work as anybody else. But it's nice to be different sometimes and kind of bring a different sound to the table. And yeah, I don't have a Southern accent. I don't sing with a Southern accent. You know, it's just kind of just me doing my own thing, but with more or less traditional country music behind it. You know, so that's something different. You know.
Don't worry about the Southern accent, because after about 6 months being down there, it will develop on you.
Just by accident, you know.
It do happen. I know when I was down there for a while, they said, "Man, you talk pretty funny. Where are you from, boy?" I said, "Well, I'm from North Jersey." He said, "Well, no, a Yankee." And after a while, they couldn't tell.
Yeah, no, I think if you're nice enough and you just keep being yourself, I think you blend in. You know, it's completely fine.
Well, you'll find the Southerners are very accepting of Yankees. Just don't get uppity, and you'll be fine. You know, they're wonderful for conversation. My advice to you is, are you going to be living alone?
For the first year, yeah, I'm just going to live by myself. You know, just to get established and acclimated, and then, you know, eventually meeting people down there. You never know. I mean, you could, you know, make a couple friends and make rent even cheaper, you know.
That's true. And another thing was, I used to find, especially if you're living alone, because I was alone when I lived down there, I would just go, they had these cafeterias that you could go to get breakfast, lunch, dinner. Great food. It was like a glorified high school cafeteria, but really good food. And you get in line, you start talking to people, and what you do is you just sit down at a table with maybe enough room for 4, but you sit down at the table by yourself. Pretty soon, folks will come over and ask if they can sit with you. Maybe not the first time, but next thing you know, you got a table about, you know, like when you get 20 people come in here, you'll all be whooping it up, yelling and hollering and having a ball. An hour or two later, you're finally getting your dessert.
Yep, it's like family style, you know. Yeah, I know a bunch of places down in Nashville that do that. They set up picnic benches, and it's a family style. You just sit down, and strangers are there to your left and your right, and you just strike up conversation. conversation like you're at the dinner table, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, there you are. You got it all. I think you got it pegged. Well, you were there for a while, so but think about it, and you'll be just fine. What else here? Real quick. Oh, you got a song? Don't you do a song? There's one. I think you wrote it about a relative or something that inspired you.
Yeah, well, I wrote a song for my grandparents. I haven't released it just yet. It's still being worked on. But I wrote a song for my grandparents who recently just passed away in 2017. And it was one of those songs that kind of just came to me right away. I think I wrote it within 15 minutes or something like that, which is always kind of astonishing. I never really know. I don't think any songwriter really knows how songs come to them, but when they do, if you could finish them like that, this is something that you could do, for a living. So I think that song was really just based off of how my grandparents really inspired me to be myself and to respect family and respect others, and they really taught me a lot. So that should that whole album that I'm working on right now, that should be out hopefully by the spring or summertime.
Well, okay, and I think I've heard the song, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think I might have played it for you recently. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Well, now don't do that one at a dance. But if you're at a theater, you play that, and you'll hear noses blowing, and guys, you'll see trucker-looking guys wiping their eyes.
A tearjerker for sure.
They'll love you forever. Joey, we've got to run, but thank you, and God bless you. Boy, I sure do want to hear good reports from you. Okay.
Oh, absolutely, and if you want to check out my music, you can look up Joseph Henry on iTunes or Apple Music or Spotify. That's where you can find my music, Joseph Henry.
Okay, you ought to do a John Henry version, but be it Joe Henry of your life.
Hey, well, we could do it. I'll write a book.
When Joe Henry was a little baby. Oh, yeah, I think you could do it.
Absolutely. Well, Doc, thank you very much for everything, and we love you here, all right?
Okay, thank you, and God bless. Friends, we got to run. Okay, see you later, and good luck to you, Joey.